Hello, Capricorns. Welcome to Soul Fire Tarot. SOL, Soul. A double entendre with multiple meanings. Soul and the sun. Well, I'm excited, fellow Capricorns. As a Capricorn, we're going all caps. And I have my cube, my black little cube of Saturn. It's actually shungite. Has really unique properties. It is electroconducive. C60 carbon. Watch this. Oh, I can change the colors. With this? How does that work? Go dark blue again. Darker. There. Good enough. Anywho, for the month of February, fellow Capricorns, I've pre-shuffled the deck. Now, let's see where you are amidst this month in the new year of 2025. New beginnings. The Fool. Like a child, full of wonder, beginning, knowing next to nothing, innocent. The fool gallivants in reality, the joy, the bliss, the unknowing, the many things to discover, see, and possibly become. Amidst a world full of creatures, we see the wolf. Is the wolf a guardian or an ally? Whom may the wolf be for you, the fool? Perhaps for some of us, are we disconnected from our dreams? Are we not realizing and connected with our passion, that which empowers us on an emotional level to have the capacity to carry through? Are we guided by higher vision, or are we out of touch? Now might be a time to reconnect, to guide us in this new phase, this new beginning on this new venture. We see here the Princess of Chalices, the Princess of Cups. Yes, to confidently go and be connected with that which brings us emotional fulfillment, having the confidence and the readiness to be able to go, to journey, to venture, and to find allies and new connections in our discovery as we journey on the path of the Fool. Again, it has appeared in another sign, Capricorn as well, the Three of Swords. Wherein do we perhaps have mental anguish? Where may we be feeling resistance? May we overcome these worries, these anxieties? Is something changing? Is something perhaps getting left behind in ruin? For me, I feel some anxieties with the uncertainty of not knowing. Myself recently taking on this journey of starting an online YouTube channel for tarot readings. There's a lot of uncertainty, but step by step on the journey, with passion, showing up, taking action in the commitment, with confidence and the joy, the emotional fulfillment of following through, so new connections may take place. First was drawn the Ten of Wands. although reversed, perhaps signifying that there are obstructions. Perhaps we are overcoming our obstacles. Perhaps this is a call and a notification to meet the guardian at the threshold. Perhaps this is a new place where there are others who do not exactly share our good faith or confidence, but with passion, with the desire, the yearning to create, to push forward with courage, with the inner fire, giving us strength, warmth, illumination, radiance, we may find ourselves in a position of this empowerment. All caps, all caps. Gotta have some fun amongst the seriousness. Let's see where we're coming from. The star. A time of realignments of inner elements being able to combine themselves so that we may bring forth our creation, what we have to bring to life. I'm seeing, Capricorn, that you have taken the time to really commit in combining your energy, your time, and what you're creating to bring forth. That's beautiful. The Hierophant. And perhaps there's been a kind of stagnation with what has been the way it's supposed to be, what has been established. Or perhaps this is signifying that we made a decision to come to new learnings, new knowledge, or taking what we have learned to make of something, to bring it forward. That's what I feel for myself. Having an interest in tarot, dabbling here and there, doing some personal readings for friends. Why not expand on it? And in the place of obstacles, are we consistently showing up to make this journey with strong, stable strength, to bring something into the world, to make of ourselves, to bring a value, to be observed, to share and give? Perhaps these obstacles merely just require time, repetition, practice. Perhaps we need to be taking time for ourselves to get the commitment, time, space of mind, the ability to connect with our inner guidance, our inner wisdom, going it alone. Nevertheless, the hermit is never truly alone. The hermit may bring gifts back unto society and the completion of his journey. Perhaps the hermit is a more mature state of the journey of the fool. Venturing into the unknown, in the darkness, but he carries a light. What might that light be for you, fellow Capricorn? What do you carry? What light can you bring through the night to the world? Let's see where this may be going for you. A convergence of sorts. Perhaps a surrender into purpose, a surrender to be subject, to be vulnerable, To be out in the open yet bearing your heart, bearing what it is you care for in the world. This person we see in this context has a great strength, submitting in vulnerability to potent danger, yet doing it without seeming fear. That is a strength greater, perhaps resonant with the path of nonviolence, like those great luminaries who've led social revolutions in the past. A strange technical difficulty had occurred. My computer crashed, but here we are. The last card, after the Eight of Swords, touching on vulnerability perhaps, is in this future possible outcome, is the Prince of Pentacles. We see here a steadfast, reliable creature such as the ox which is with its deep strength, not the fastest of beasts of burden, yet reliable and strong. We see this chariot of this prince being carried through the night, perhaps following his dreams, guided by lights afar from within his own vision. Carrying this great orb, he sees the world in his reference, though he experiences it directly through the passage of time and traveling on this journey. We see he has a wand in hand, a scepter of sorts. He looks quite appeased, happy, and optimistic. This is a person who is going somewhere. Perhaps this is you, Capricorn, with what you are undertaking to bring into creation, with your passion, passing through the obstacles you have overcome, inside and out. Taking what you have learned, having discipline on this journey as a new beginning. We see here that you are prizing a new idea. You are inspired with the Ace of Swords. Having seized this, you now carry this. This is a strength. This is something that will empower your journey. Seize the day, fellow Capricorns. As a card of what to avoid, we have the Four of Wands, seen in its upright position here, although drawn in reverse. In reverse, I feel like this communicates to not waste and spoil your time and efforts, to be dutiful and diligent. We see in the upright a person who is forming some concoction and looks quite smug with the efforts and the results going forward into this chalice, making of something with its combined elements, with the fire, cooking, brewing. Perhaps there has been something that has been not set up as necessary to accomplish the thing we are seeking to create that might supply some nourishment. So lest be diligent, take care and tend to the things we must, to maintain the nourishment that will provide us the fortitude we need to find the success on our journey. Very well then, I would like to draw from the Blind Spot Oracle deck produced by Teal Swan. I highly recommend her channel for those of you who may or may not know her. I have found over the years her insights and very discerning observations on the nuance of the human psyche and the human experience to be quite worthwhile. She is a self-claimed, highly sensitive person who has overcome a great background of trauma and abuse, to which now has become the cracks for which many of her most potent and valuable gifts of service to humanity are realized. These cards, I like to think, help illuminate and shed light to hidden aspects that we might not be able to see in ourselves quite so clearly, or at least offering a token of reflection. Now, to draw a sigil. For Capricorn in this month of February 2025. This one. The blue stands out to me. And our sigil is the 68, the third in the 60 range for my readings tonight. A very interesting, curvy, swervy thing involving a heart in a high position with two half-curved circle lines, not intersecting, not quite connecting, almost like a sign. Let's see what these signs mean. And for the 68, self-harm. Relatable. Don't worry, I'm not, Lord help me. If you have drawn the sigil, you are currently self-harming, and this self-harming you are engaged in is not benefiting you or anyone else in the situation. Instead, it is keeping you stuck. What might be harming yourself? Could it be a behavior, an action, perhaps inaction? Is there something in your thinking, your belief, your activity, your habits? Let's read further. There's always a positive motive force for our self-harming behavior. We might be telling ourselves that if we punish ourselves, we will never make the same mistake again, or that we can do penance and be more likely to restore a sense of our own goodness. We might be using self-harm as a white flag. If we grew up in antagonistic households, we often learn that if we are wounded ourselves, other people would no longer have any occasion to wound us. We might be constantly criticizing ourselves, thinking that the criticism will cause us to maintain perfection in our performance. You may be blaming yourself for something that wasn't your fault, just to avoid the powerless feeling of being a victim, or to stay close and feel connected and loved by a person who hurt you. We might actually be hurting ourselves physically in some way. Or we may be simply making decisions that harm us in favor of other people's best interest. That kind of connects possibly to people pleasing. There are just a few examples. These were just a few examples of how we might be harming ourselves. If you have drawn the sigil, become aware of how you are harming yourself in this scenario. You may benefit by asking yourself the question, what would someone who loves themselves do? That's a Mr. Rogers moment right there. I'm feeling that one. Oh, so simple, but profound things can be sometimes. Well, Capricorn, thank you for joining me here. Once again, this is Soulfire Tarot. My name is Steven. Thanks for joining me for this month's reading. If you found value in this, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any feedback, resonance, jokes, recipes, photos. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want photos. All right, be well. Until next time, the ding.